Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal and breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Obviously, we were supposed to play on Tuesday, literally less than 48 hours after that Norwich game, after that Norwich masterclass against Wolves on Tuesday, but that game has now been postponed. Apparently, Wolves are so scared of Arsenal, they've literally emailed the Premier League to tell them, please, this Arsenal team is on fire. We do not want to play against them. Postpone that match immediately. No, of course, I'm just joking. I don't know if it's a joke. Maybe they actually did that because we're actually on real fire. So maybe they're scared of playing us against us right now. But that is the breaking news. Arsenal against Wolves has been postponed, unfortunately. So we have no game on Tuesday. And the other thing is Norwich game, we didn't know about it at the time, but that was our last game of 2021. So we have no other game this year. Our next game is also against Manchester City. So we can enjoy this win, but next up, we are back to playing tougher teams. So Manchester City is next. We haven't actually played Wolves so far this season. That's the sad part. So next year, we'll play them twice as well. I think they have a couple of COVID cases. So I'll read for you what they said. I've put a poll on YouTube asking, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Also, if you're watching on Facebook, let me know as I put it on screen. Is this good news or is it bad news? If it's good news, basically because the players get to rest, we get to rest the likes of Martinelli and Smith Rowe for another week. Or is it is it bad news because it ruins our momentum? We've been winning game after game after game. I would even have wanted us to play tomorrow. That's how good we've been playing. But how do you feel about it? Is it bad news or is it good news? Make sure to vote on YouTube. Make sure to hit the like button as well, although it's not something to like, really. It's bad news. So hit the like button if you're sad, just like Loka in the chat. Hit the like button if you're sad, like all of us. So we'll read what they had to say about it. Let's do this. So Arsenal versus Wolves postponed, obviously announced. Shout out to Chris Whitley, announced it fast. We are disappointed to announce that our Premier League fixture against Wolves on Tuesday, December 28th has been postponed due to a number of the Wolves squad testing positive for COVID-19. Are they sure or are they just really scared of Arsenal? This game will be rescheduled in due course and any tickets or hospitality packages purchased for this fixture will be valid for the rescheduled date. All updates will be made, will be shared on arsenal.com. So they go on to say, we apologize to our fans for any disappointment and inconvenience caused. It's definitely sad news because we really wanted to play again. We've just beaten Norwich by 4. We've scored 5 against Sunderland. We've scored 4 against Leeds. We've been winning game after game. So it's a bit sad that this game has been postponed. But that is the breaking news. So that leaves us with the next game being Manchester City on New Year's Day. So our next game will be next Saturday. So we'll have to wait around 6 days for our next game and not 2 days. So let me know, how do you guys feel about that? Is it bad news? Is it good news? How do you guys feel about that? Again, good news is because you wanted the players to rest. You think it's a bad idea to play after 1 day. Bad news, it ruins the momentum. How do you feel? Luca is saying that's made me sad. Definitely agree with you, Luca. I really wanted to play again on Tuesday, early kickoff as well. Start the likes of Smith Rowe, let's go ahead. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Tactical says that's annoying, very annoying. Hawk says was going to that as well. Sorry for that, man. Can you make it to the City game? I know Wolves would have been a good game to play. They are currently on form. But the other bad idea for us to play Wolves is that they didn't play this weekend, so they are well rested. Maybe it could be a good thing, but we never know. Play-Doh says, what is up, Mr. Glenn? I'm good. I want to die because Liverpool's game got postponed. Oh, yeah, you're a Liverpool fan, by the way. Liverpool Leeds, I expected you guys to score like 5 or 6, so it's actually a good thing for Leeds that it got postponed. I'm angry. I had ticket for that 32 quid waste of money. They will refund Luca, or maybe I don't know how they usually do it. Do they keep it is it still, can you still use it for next year when the game is rescheduled, or they just refund you, then you have to buy it again? Man City's Man City going to be called off as well? Nope, it wasn't, because it's not a problem with Arsenal. It was a problem with Wolves, not Arsenal. I'd rather play the games there and then we'll lose to City if the game goes ahead, and there goes our momentum. Yeah, unfortunately, you're kind of right, because we wanted the next game to be Wolves. make it 5 wins in a row. But unfortunately now we go straight to the tough period. So our next games are now Man City, Liverpool twice in the Carabao Cup, Tottenham in the league, and Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. So those are our next 5 games. Never good when the football's not on. Good chance for Spurs to catch up on games played through. Hopefully, City game plays and we get a result and can keep up the momentum. That is one game I'd love if it gets postponed. But listen, if we can get done with City this early on, well and good. Now, so after that, you can pick up the momentum again, knowing you've already played Man City twice. You've already played Tottenham twice. So after January, we'll have played all those teams. So that's a good thing. And game won't be long to be rescheduled due to no European football for either teams. It could be done as soon as in the next 2 weeks when we play. I think when we play Tottenham or something, there's a couple of because there's a FA Cup still and we're still in the Carabao Cup, so there's still no gaps for like 3 weeks or something. So there's 1 week, I think, game week 22. Which team are we playing in game week 22? There's a gap there that midweek, so we could end up playing that game then. But Wolves also have another postponed game against Watford, so they might fit in there. So this could be, if it's not January, this could be all the way in February. Exodus says bad news because it might affect the team winning mentality. Good evening. I'm doing good, but unfortunately, the game has been postponed. But spot on, Exodus. It's bad news. Now, the chances of us winning against City are minimal. So unfortunately, we won't be playing on Tuesday. So I mean, you can look at it both ways. Maybe it's a good thing that our players will get a rest, because I'd imagine if we started Saka again on Tuesday, Martinelli again, Odegaard again, there could be potential of injuries. You could also look at it like this. Maybe the likes of Tomiyasu now have time to rest. We've seen the last of the likes of Partey and Elneny because they're now heading off to the African Cup. So let's see how it goes. This is Lucas Life says, this is terrible news. So hard game off with us. So much confidence we had. I don't think City will go ahead. Really don't. It will, because we don't have the problems. It is Wolves to repeat it again. So if you're just joining, you can see 30 of you on Facebook and YouTube. The breaking news is that Arsenal and Wolves has been postponed. And my question is, do you think that is good news or bad news? As you can see, good news because the players get to rest, or is it bad news because it ruins our momentum? After January, we have 10 lower mid-table teams to relegation teams in a row. Yeah, but that is after. It's not going to be easy because we still have Liverpool twice in the Carabao Cup in those midweeks. We also have Tottenham. We also play City on fast. So we play against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. If we win that, you never know which team we're going to get in the next round. So we might easily get Man City again in the FA Cup, or Everton away, or something stupid like that. And then we have another tough game to deal with. So you never know. But it's a good thing that we'll have an easy run. We've dealt well so far with the lower mid-table teams. We've done well so far against the Norwich, the Burnleys, the Newcastles, the Aston Villas. We've done well against all those teams. Usually the top 3 is where the problem usually lies. And we've also improved our away record recently. So let's see. Hi, Glenn, I'm back. Thank you, Riley. Unfortunately, you're back. Well, I don't know if it's you who's back with bad news, but you're back to bad news. What Arsenal had to say, Arsenal versus Wolves postponed. We are disappointed to announce that our Premier League fixture against Wolves on Tuesday, December 28th, has been postponed due to a number of Wolves squad testing positive for COVID-19. That's what they say. But for me, what I believe is the way Wolves, because they would have announced it yesterday. I'm thinking this, let's just think in a positive way. Wolves have looked at the way Arsenal are playing and they're like, hell no, we are not playing against those guys. You better postpone that match until next year. So I don't think it's a bad thing not to play. I think I'm 50-50. I think it could be good, it could be bad. I'm on both sides. It could be good because the players get to rest. It could be bad because of the momentum. There's also more reasons it could be good. The likes of Tomiyasu get time to recover. Cedric gets time to recover. Niles gets time to recover, but also breaking news, I've heard that Niles will be leaving Arsenal in January for Roma. So Maitland-Niles will not be here for the rest of the season. He will be leaving for Roma in January. So we will be down to 2 right-backs in January for the rest of the season. Today we had to play Ben White at right-back, so we definitely looks like we need to get at least one more defender in January, just in case of any injuries or anything. So so far 50%, 50% say that's okay, players get to rest. 50% say, oh no, we had the momentum. Lucas says again, it's bad news. Koinange, how are you? Says, man, it's annoying, but at least our players can rest. Yeah, it's annoying. Maybe again, good news again or bad news, however you want to look at it. I think by the time we play next, Tottenham will have played twice, and United maybe will have played twice as well. So their games in hand, I think, will be down to 1. So we'll get a better picture of how far ahead we are of them, or if they will have caught up with us. So we could look at that way, or we could look at it as bad news because they get a chance to catch up with us. So the farther you go ahead, even if teams have games in hand, you're like 15 points ahead. Even with the games in hand, they're like, wow, these guys are so far ahead. I think we need everyone fully rested for the City game, but they need to carry on the momentum. I had Arsenal are talking to Ghana in terms of letting Thomas Partey stay for that City game, because Salah will stay for the Chelsea game on January 2nd. Mendy will stay for the Liverpool game on January 2nd. I think same with Mane. So I think we also need to keep our players for the City game. From the 5-0 win to the City game and make it difficult for them like Leicester did today. The Leicester game in the first half, they didn't make it hard for them, right? In the first half, they absolutely trashed them in that first half, but in the second half, they picked it up. It's bad news because teams like Spurs will catch up. We could be out of the top 4. Even if we played against Wolves, they will still catch up with us because they'll still play those games. So it depends how you look at it. You could look at it like you prefer all the teams to play similar games so that you get a real picture of where you are. Because people are saying it's still a false position because other teams have games in hand. So by the time we play City, if United have played twice and Tottenham have played twice and maybe lose one of them, then they'll stop saying we have games in hand because you could be 3 or 4 points ahead of them by then. So depends on how you look at it. But I'm currently 50-50. Bad news, good news. This is the first time I'm hearing of Niles leaving. Is it loan or are they selling him? Loan. So I'll do a video on that. But yeah, Niles confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. It was confirmed as we were watching the Norwich game. So our minds were elsewhere. But yeah, it's been confirmed that he will be going to Roma for the rest of the season with an option to buy. So you basically won't be here next season because it has an option to buy. I think unless Mourinho doesn't like him and doesn't buy him, he will be back. But it's always been there. I've always thought Niles will leave anyway. So we'll be down to 2 right backs. And on January 1st, when we play City, if our players have gone out, like Partey has gone, Elneny has gone, Pepe has gone, Niles, I think, will go maybe at the start of January. So we'll be down in terms of numbers. We'll only have Lokonga and Xhaka. That's why when Xhaka was picking up the yellow card against Norwich, I was like, just take him off. Because if he gets a red card, we literally have no one to play in the midfield against City. But then again, he didn't pick up the red card. But then again, the last time he played against City, we all know what happened. But yeah, leaving on loan with an option to buy. So basically leaving. Paul says we don't need to rest. We play once a week. And also we have momentum. We want to keep it going. I mean, we were playing after one day. We were going to play on Tuesday, literally one day. I think he would have rotated the squad. I think he would have played Smith Rowe from the start. I think the back four would have remained the same. I think maybe Lokonga would have come in. No problem, Riley. Thank you, man. Yusuf says, may Allah help us through our difficult games. We'll make top 4 by His grace. Hopefully, man, because we don't have any easy games anymore. Now it's tough games. Now it's City, Tottenham, and then Liverpool twice in the cup. So next 4 or 5 games are really tough. We do have Nottingham Forest in there in the FA Cup, and the FA Cup is a competition I really take seriously. I really get hurt when we get knocked out of the FA Cup. That is a competition I really, really love. In case you aren't in the match reaction, let me also know what you made of the Norwich game. Was it how impressed were you with that performance, or are you like the media who are saying it was only Norwich? Arsenal should be beating teams like Norwich. That's what they're also saying. So that is the breaking news. Arsenal versus Wolves postponed. I want to take a look at our matches next. So that means we will play against Manchester City, or the Manchester City is on Saturday as well. That will be the early kickoff as well. I didn't actually know that. So early kickoff on Saturday anyway. So that will be the first fixture of that weekend, Arsenal Man City. So they won't really catch up with us, Tottenham and United. United will just cover the game that we've played today. So they will still have games in hand, and that game will not be postponed. I've not had any cases from City. I've not had, Arsenal do have cases, but I think by then the players will be okay. So that is our next game. Arsenal, Man City on Saturday, January 1st. In fact, let's take a look at that. Why does it keep going? Let's take a look at that. Arsenal, see all fixtures. Let's see how the schedule is for us. Let's see how the whole schedule is. But yeah, I guess it is annoying. I really wanted us to play because of the momentum. Um, Man City January 1st, and then Liverpool in the Carabao Cup on Thursday, January 6th. And then after 3 days, we will play against Nottingham Forest on Sunday. It's like we're back in the Europa League once again, Thursday and Sunday. So we will play Nottingham Forest. I think we should go strong against City and Liverpool, and then probably rest a few players against Nottingham Forest. Although, as I said, I really take the FA Cup seriously. And last season we rotated and we went out. And then we will play Liverpool that following week away, and then Tottenham away again after 3 days. So it's not going to be easy now. We don't have the easier fixture against Wolves. It's now going to be really hard. And then after that, it's going to be Burnley, and then the fourth round. I'm pretty sure in the next round of the FA Cup, if we beat Nottingham Forest, they're going to give us something like Everton away again. And then we'll play Wolves away. So the only gap we have in midweek is fourth. We don't have a gap there. We don't have a gap after Nottingham Forest. We'll have a gap between Tottenham and Burnley. So there's a possibility that between this week, between Tottenham and Burnley, they could arrange the Wolves game there. There's a chance we could play 3 Premier League games in a week. Tottenham, Wolves, Burnley. That means we will play Wolves like twice in like 10 days. I don't see any other gap. Maybe in February here, around 14th or 13th, there we'll have another gap where we could play Wolves maybe twice in 2 days. So those are the only 2 gaps I'm seeing. But right, I think Riley was right. We do have Brentford, Wolves, Burnley, Watford, Leicester, Aston Villa, Palace, Brighton, Southampton. All these are really good games. Even the United game is at home, West Ham away, Leeds home. I mean, all those games are good because we were supposed to play Chelsea in February, and that has been postponed as well. So I'm not going to complain. Let's see how we do in these 3 fixtures. The City game is the kind of game I'd be happy with a draw, really, really buzzing with a draw. The Liverpool game at home, we have to win the game at home against Liverpool by 2 goals, 2 clear goals. And then heading to Anfield away, even if they beat us by 1 goal, it's fine. If they beat us by 2, we go to penalties. That is fine. So Tottenham away, we must not lose that game, because if Tottenham play us and they beat us, they close the gap and they have games in hand. So if we beat Tottenham, even their games in hand don't really matter. We'll have extended the gap more. So that would be a good thing. But very, very interesting now that our next game will be in the next 6 days against Man City. And just like that, Arsenal have played their last game of 2021. Just like that, we have played our last game of 2021. We won't be playing again this year. So that is the latest news. We see it's bad news. Someone says it's bad news. According to the poll so far, 21 votes, 52% says, oh no, we had the momentum, and 48% says that's okay, the players can rest. So it's a bit equal. I'm also 50-50. Like I do understand the players can rest now, but it takes away the momentum. It does take away the momentum. Yeah, Ayn FIFA says, is it Ayn or AYN FIFA? Last game of 2021. Yep, that is it. Gone. And to end 2021 in such form, I'm happy with that. I think we started the year by beating West Brom by 4 goals in January. Now we are ending it by scoring 5 against Norwich. I think that's good. I'm actually happy with that. At least we do end the year on a high. Sion says all the best. Yeah, luckily none of our players. Okay, we do have players out with the illness. That is Tomiyasu, Cedric, and Niles. Lakonga is back. Pablo Mari is back. So I don't know. I think it's good. Personally, as someone said earlier on, I do prefer playing the games. I think it was Tactical who said earlier on. I do prefer playing the games when they're actually meant to play. As Tactical said, I'd rather play the games there and then. I do agree. I'd rather play the games there and then. You get your 3 points, because when you postpone it, you're giving time for players like Jimenez to catch form, for them to buy players in January. Let's see. But Anu, how are you, man? He says, I think the rest is good. I think rest is good. So Fasola is happy with the rest. We do get to rest until Saturday next week when we play against a tough Manchester City side. So We can also look at it like this. I think Man City are playing on Wednesday, but against Brentford, though I don't think Brentford will be tough for them. So they will play an extra game ahead of our game. So they will have played 3 days before and in the early kickoff. And I think this is the 4th season in a row they're putting Man City and Arsenal as the early kickoff. When they beat us 5 at the beginning of the season, that was the first game of the Saturday. And now we are again playing them on the first game of the Saturday. So I would have loved a 5-game winning streak, but it could easily be stuck on 4. But you never know. If we go and you beat City, then something is really happening. Something will really be cooking. But that is the latest news from Arsenal. The game has been postponed. It was meant to play. It is nothing to do with Arsenal, but with Wolves. So you can also look at it like this. As I said, Wolves were supposed to play against Watford on Saturday, but they didn't play. Their game was postponed. So playing against us on Tuesday, they would have rested for 1 week and they would have rested for 1 day. So they would have been fresher than us. But now it's postponed. It could be arranged when we play Wolves next. We could play them twice in a week, or between Tottenham and Burnley, where there is another gap where they could fit in the fixture. But that's just it. We end the year with a very good win over Norwich, a 5-0 win over Norwich. Nothing I would have asked better than that. Let me know again what you made of the game. We're going for a couple of more minutes. But yeah, that was our last game of the year. We didn't know about it at the time, but now we know that that was the last game of the year. A lot of people are not happy. We had more votes still. Oh no, we had more. We had the momentum. So 52% of you are not happy. If you're watching on Facebook, comment down below. How do you feel about the game getting postponed? How do you feel about the game getting postponed? Yeah, you're very right, Chan. There's nothing we can do about the postponement. It's literally not up to us. Literally, you have to hope all the players take care of themselves and nothing catches with them. You have to hope that your players are okay, your staff is okay, your coaches are okay, your drivers are okay, the opposition team, hopefully they're okay as well. You have to hope that the opposition families are also okay, so that they don't spread it to the players, so that the game gets cancelled. So it's a lot. You literally have to hope everyone stays safe, and I hope you're also staying safe, Arno, during this Christmas and festive period. Let's just take a rest. You're right. Let's just take a rest. Enjoy these 5 wins in a row, right? We've beaten West Ham, Southampton, Leeds, Sunderland, and also Norwich. So 5 wins in a row. Totally happy with that. Let's enjoy that. But that is the breaking news. Let me end this poll now. 22 votes, 55% said we had the momentum, and 45% says the players can rest now. So 45% of you are not happy. 45% of you are happy. 55% of you are not happy. So I'll be going for 25 minutes before I end it, and go enjoy the last Premier League game of Boxing Day. But yeah, if you're just joining, that is the latest news. The game has been postponed. So that kind of kills our momentum and also gives our players time to rest. No game on Tuesday. Our next game will now be on Saturday against Manchester City. Tough one. You did not expect City to be so close, but yeah, it's the closest game now. So instead of building up to Wolves, we will be reviewing the Norwich game more and also building up to City. Can we beat Manchester City this time? What do we need to do to beat Manchester City this time? What do we need to even do to get a goal against Manchester City this time? And what do we need to do not to concede to Manchester City after 5 minutes? Every time we play against them, they score against us within 5 minutes. So we need to change something. This time around, let's hope for a performance. Let's hope we don't just get trashed 3 or 4-0. After that, it doesn't get easier. We have Liverpool twice. We have Tottenham in the Premier League. So things don't get easier. So that is the latest news. Arsenal versus Wolves postponed. Make sure to comment down below what you make of it. I will be back to discuss the Norwich game and obviously the City game. And also the transfer window will be opening next week. So we need to start looking at which players we need to get, how many players we need to get. Make sure to hit the like button if you're still buzzing from the win. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys very, very soon.